Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Pallet of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest issue of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer magazine. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, drop me a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys. It goes a massive way to helping out the channel too. Now, this week we're on issue 42 of Stormbringer magazine. Before we jump into it, I am a little bit under the weather, so my voice might sound a little bit different and a little bit croakier. Just genuinely a bit of a cold. Anyway, moving on. This week we get an awesome set. So we get one of the Warhammer Underworld's warbands. We get Molog's Mob. Molog being a Troggoth. I genuinely love this mini. This kit is pretty damn cool. You get a Troggoth, you get a flying squig, you get two weird fungi fellas. What more do you want, really? It's a pretty damn cool one, and one I'm genuinely interested in and looking forward to painting up. So it should be really good fun. But yeah, really good stuff. So happy days with that one. That set is actually out of print as well, so you generally can't buy it brand new unless someone still sat on some stock of it. So for $8.99, even when the price increases, that would be a bargain. So really good stuff for, you know, dirt cheap. You're getting a pretty damn cool warband. Moving into this week's issue though, first off we're greeted by Magic in the Realms. So the magic in the realms, obviously in the mortal realms, magical particles of 8 different forms of magic hang in the air like specks of dust. Sorcerers gather these particles up, using them to power spells. Each realm has a signature type of magic, and wizards often train to use the magic of their realm, developing a recognizable style and set of capabilities. So, the 8 different winds of magic are the magic of Azir, known as Celestial Magic, magic of Akshi, which is known as Bright Magic, and very associated with flame. There is the magic of Shaman, the magic of alchemy and metals and metallurgy, magic of Gur, which is an amber magic. We have the magic of Gyron, known as Jade Magic, and the magic of life. The magic of Shaiish, known as Amethyst Magic, and magic of death and ending. The magic of Haish, which is known as light magic and is very orientated to get around illumination and purity. And the magic of Ulgu, which is known as grey magic, is all about illusion and trickery and shadow magic. So really cool stuff. Depending on which type of battle wizard you're going to be using and what kind of faction you're playing, depends on which magic is generally more available to you. So for instance, if you are playing as Cities of Sigmar, pretty much you can have a wizard from any of these kind of colleges of magic. If you are playing as Soulblight Gravelords or Nighthorns or anything like that, generally you only use magic of Shaiish. If you are playing as, say for instance for Fireslayers, it's mainly Akshian magic. If you're playing as Elves, you generally have pretty much any that you can choose from depending on which elven faction you're from. If it's Sylvaneth, it's Gyron. If it's the Lumineth Realm Lords, generally Haish. If you're playing as good old any of the others, so things like the Ideneth Deepkin and the good old Daughters of Cain, generally using the magic of Ulgu. So pretty damn cool stuff. Moving on though, we get our page for Molog the Mighty. So Dankhold Troggoths are powerful lumbering creatures. They spend most of their lives asleep in deep caves called Dankholds. Molog the Mighty is one such Troggoth, and he wanders the realms with his companions looking for a new home. They fight their foes with spores, clubs and teeth. So Molog's Mob. Molog was happily asleep in his Dankhold when it was attacked by the verminous Skaven. Roused from his many years of slumber, he now roams the mortal realms in search of a new place to sleep. He travels with the help of his band of buddies, a loyal Stallasquig, a shrieking Spite Shroom, and a Bat Squig that lives in his favourite armpit. Because, you know, where else would you live, apparently? So yeah, Molog the Mighty, a Dankhold Troggoth. Pretty damn cool. You can obviously get other Dankhold Troggoths and Rockgut Troggoths, which add to your trolls, and they're pretty damn cool and pretty interesting. And obviously having a Bat Squig is pretty damn cool in my opinion, because, yeah, why not? Then we have our how to build guide. The how to build guide is very, very simple in all honesty. Just make sure you're cleaning them lines, getting it all nice and neat and tidy before you're putting it all together. With it being a Warhammer Underworlds warband, it can be push fit, so you don't need to glue. However, sometimes it's nicer, and cutting off the little pegs and clips and gluing it all together works nicer sometimes, so it's up to you. Have a bit of fun with it, enjoy it, but otherwise, dead easy to build. Same with Molog himself as well. There's not too many parts to any of these minis, so it's pretty simple. So have a bit of fun. Then we get our paint guide. So our paint guide is actually using Baraknar Burgundy and Catachan Flesh as some of your base colours. Yeah, it's one way of doing it, I suppose. Genuinely, it could be done that way. It can be done others. When you're painting it, it should be fairly simple. Things like your Stellar Squig and stuff like that, they're very, very easy to paint. But when you're done, you're going to have something like that. I genuinely don't agree with it. I don't think it looks right. I would go with more blue hues over the Baraknar Burgundy. Burgundy looks a bit darker, and yeah, and like it's 110% not finished. So I personally would go for a few shades of blue, kind of mainly lighter blues, then go over it with something like good old one of the blue shade paints or a contrast, and then go back over with things like a lighter colour for the belly and under the chin and stuff like that. And yeah, you might get a better look out of it. I'm not keen on that colour scheme personally. That doesn't work for me. I will have a think about how I'm going to paint it up and go from there, and I will try and do a video on it because I've been lacking on painting videos, and we will try a different colour combination to see if it works. So yeah, because I'm not a big fan of that. Anyway, moving on, we get obviously our War Scroll for Molog and Molog's Mob. So obviously Molog's Mob don't really do massive amounts. They have a few abilities. They always stay in range of Molog. So yeah, when you're using them in normal games, that's how they work. So the Spore Squig, Spike Shroom can do certain things, Bat Squig can do certain things. Yeah, it is what it is. Then we get more tactics to do with things like the Beast Skewer Killbow. Being a monster hunter, it is effective against any beasts or monsters. The Man Skewer Bot Boys, they are hero hunters, so they can attack heroes, and they have a little bit of a good effectiveness against any good old heroes. However, they are fragile. And then we move on. We have a battle plan for this week. So our battle plan, fairly straightforward. Shiny bits, get your army, so choose whichever alliance you're going to go with. So if you're going with Order, you will have the Knight Arcanum, Spirited Durfu, 5 Vindicators, 5 more Vindicators, 6 Gryph-hounds, accompanied by option 1 or 2, which could be Guard of Steel Soul and the Lord Aquila. Or you could have the Knight Judicator and Stormstrike Chariot. If you're going for Destruction, you can have Molog, Loonboss, Hobgrot Slitters, another 10 Hobgrot Slitters, the Marshcrawler Slogoth, accompanied by option 1, 10 Gut Rippers, 20 Moonclan Shooters, or option 2 is the Man Skewer Bolt Boys and the Beast Skewer Killbow. Otherwise, really, really good stuff, fairly easy, genuinely a nice, interesting battle to have as well, so quite good fun. You'll enjoy it, I'm sure. Have a bit of fun with it, but really, really cool stuff there. And yeah, enjoy playing, that's the main thing. But otherwise, that's it for this week. Genuinely, we'll move on to what's coming next week. So next week we get Tree Revenants. They're pretty cool. I do genuinely like them. We get 5 new good old Sylvaneth minis. I will have a painting video for Sylvaneth at some point soon as well, in between all the million other things that I need to try and do. And then week 44, we have 2 new paints. We have Skeleton Horde, which I generally use. It's really, really good. It's a contrast paint, works very, very well over the top of good old Wraithbone for making ivory colours, and we also get Ballad Brown as well. Generally I don't use that one personally, but yeah, they're both pretty decent colours. Skeleton Horde is weight's worth in gold though, as opposed to Seraphim Sepia sometimes. So really, really good stuff there. But that's it from me. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye bye now.